Hello there folks. So I've been asked a couple of times what programs do I use when I go onto my fields. Well, this is one of my own programs. It's called the Eco program, and that's because it helps me identify trash. So we'll start at the beginning. I use the deep mode, so deep HC, which is mode 6 on the factory settings, and then I go into menu and I put this discrimination down to 6.4. So minus 6.4, yeah. So it doesn't discriminate anything. I then go into expert mode and I put it onto 3 tones, and then I go into expert mode again, and I change these values here on the three different tone breaks. So the first one's 6.4, and that is set to 202 Hertz, which is the iron tone. Okay, next I go to this one. So this is up to tone break number 9, so it goes up to number 9, and that again is 202 Hertz, so again that is iron. And then finally, my last one is on my tone number 3. It's set at 891, and that goes from all the way from number 9 all the way up to that goes all the way up to the maximum. If you need to see how to change these, I've got a video which I'll put in the link somewhere up there. Okay, and that'll take you into that. Okay, next, after you've been into that, you need to go down to your notch. Now in my fields I get a lot of I get a hell of a lot of coke, so this notch here takes the coke out for me. So that's up to you. You can take that out, you can notch it out. Again, if you need to see a notch video, I can put one of those up. That's not a problem. Next is the silencer. Now silencer on this is set to 2. That's personal preference, it's up to me. It gets rid of as much as of the nastiness as I can handle without losing any of the good signals. And that's it for inside discrimination. Next, I go to my sensitivity. So my sensitivity on this is set to 90. If I go any higher in this field, again, it starts to be a bit erratic and a bit more unstable, so I keep it at 90. But you can raise that if your field says you can. My iron volume is set to 0, and that's just because I'm using the discrimination like I am doing. I don't necessarily need to hear every single iron tone, I just need to hear the grunt of it. And then the reactivity I set to 4. So that's a nice reactivity for this. It might not be the deepest setting, but it's picked out some really nice things at the moment. A few coins, a few really deep spoons. So yeah, so reactivity, you could lower that to 2 or 1 if need be, but you've just got to swing slower and expect it to be a bit more erratic. Audio response set to 4, and that is it. The only other things I have changed are ground balance. So if I go into my ground balance here, I've got it on ground stabilizer of 3, so it's got the most filters in to get rid of all the ground mineralization as it can. I've got that on. And then the other thing I've done is I've put on the XY screen, which that again helps me identify maybe stray coke which might be there. So coke on the XY screen goes straight up and straight down, like that, straight from the top to bottom, like that. So I'll show you a few targets as and when I come to them now. I'll show you a few targets using this Eco program. Okay guys, so this is the first little target I want to show you. Now if I get any sort of chirping, it's because I'm right next to pylons. There they are, look, in the distance. So I'm right next to this electric cable. So if I get any chirping, it's from that, it's not necessarily from the ground. So here, I've got a target, but you can hear the iron undertone coming through on that. And you'll see the XY screen is predominantly going from that lower right to upper left. So that is telling me, although there's a target there, there's iron. You can hear that iron? Yeah, quite a big iron tone just there. Yeah. So it's saying it's a decent signal with an 88 look, but as I pull it away, I can definitely hear those iron undertones. So I'll show you a good signal next. Okay, so I just want to show you how quiet this actually runs. When you do get a signal, you'll be able to hear it. Okay, that's a 78, 79. But there is iron around here, but for me that stands out. Right next to this bit of just there. Right, so we're going to dig that and see what it is. So that signal there that I just showed you on the eco program turned out to be a little shot ball, a little pistol ball, look, a little musket. So yeah, so it picked out the little small target at quite a depth, look. Yeah, quite cool. So yeah, it's a nice little program, the eco program. Try it, see how you get on with it. On a nice quiet field, it's absolutely quiet. If it's a bit irony, it does jump about a bit, but you get used to it and you can still pick out the fairly decent signals. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the next.
Looks like you've got to the end of the video. Click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!